Hello, this is Antara from Impact Magazine, and joining me today is Mr. Nishant Kedia, the Chief Marketing Officer of Rebel Foods. So, with over 45 plus brands operating under one umbrella, he is here today to tell us about the marketing playbook. Welcome, Nishant.
Thanks
Glad
for
to
having
have
me
you
here.
So, Nishant, let's start with the first question. With new trends setting in 2025, how are you planning your marketing strategy? How are you evolving your marketing strategy for this year?
Uh, Over past few years, we have followed different approaches, right from what kind of content, what kind of channel, what kind of media mix, and specific approaches within each of them. Also, the consumer sentiment, consumer behavior, the trends, all of them have evolved, and we are learning as we go on. But as of now, I think we understand what has kind of worked for us with these changing trends and what we need to do better. So overall, if I talk about, there are three key pillars to our strategy as we look forward to our marketing approach. One is creating genuine brand love among customers, by giving them best of the experiences, and delighting them in each order, and across all touch points, when consumer discovers us, interacts with us, packaging, digital, etc. Second is, hyper personalize their experiences, be it on app, in terms of menu, pricing, offers, be it off app, outside digital, WhatsApp, and so on and so forth.
Yeah.
And lastly, you know, while keeping customer at the center, talk to them in a manner which seems genuine, relevant, and create content which helps consumers, which they would like to engage in with day in day out, and kind of create communities which consumers would like to be part of. I think these are at the highest level three big pillars of our approach.
Okay. So then how do you plan, like how do you allocate your marketing budgets towards like OOH, digital or traditional? How do you divide your spends between them?
Right. So when we divide our marketing spends, we kind of not look at channel level.
Okay.
So we, at the largest level, we are a multi-brand company, and all of our brands are operating in different categories and serving different purpose for each customer, and are a different life cycle in their life. For example, brands like Behrooz and Fasos, they are kind of category creators in their own categories. They are the leaders in their categories, and they are much more advanced in salience. Some of the brands like Oven Story, Wendy's, they are kind of challengers but growing well in their categories, and they are kind of getting awareness. Brands like Lunchbox, Good Bowl, Biryani Life, they are relevant to a certain section of people who are more value oriented, or they would like to have a more value oriented meal in group or single mission. But they are also relevant in various festivities, so as to say. So I would first kind of look at what my each brand's objective this year is, because if you do something for everyone, then you probably not be able to do anything. So we prioritize which brands should be pushed a particular year and for what objective. So that way I kind of allocate my marketing monies at the highest level, on brand wise. And within each brand, then there are objectives around whether I would want to push a particular product, I want to push a particular innovation, or I want to do a salience around my brand's core, or I want to do pure digital push across certain media which are seeing high ROIs. And then I go to channel level and basis objective. Therefore, that's how I think brand cross channel level budgets are decided. And as we see outcomes, basis metrics on either salience or performance across all medias, we tweak our budgets across channels and even across brands. So we are very fungible that way. We do our kind of monthly reviews on the budget, and then quarterly kind of bigger revamp on the budget and the performances, and then we are fungible to push each brand in the right manner at the right occasion, and also at the same time get the best bang for the buck.
So understood from this, but then What would you say is your priority right now, the digital part or OOH? Which one do you prioritize? Some idea about the percentage, which one
Got it.
is?
So right now we're not doing too much of both OH and TV
Okay.
because those are more mass media where probably you'll reach a set of consumers where the targeting probably might not be that sharp, but you want to kind of create an impact at very high scale. Rather, our approach is more localized, specific, specific consumer cohort, specific targeting. So we are largely on digital and social. When we say digital, we do both types. We do performance on Google, Facebook, Meta,
Yeah.
and at the same time, Insta rather I would say, and at the same time we also do salience on YouTube, on Meta, which is Facebook and Insta. On social side, influencer marketing across media, social content which we generally create ourselves and then we distribute it, so and so forth. So largely, if I say out of my 100 pie, probably 5%, 10% would be for some of the larger level of say OH or
Okay.
print campaign, but 1995 is digital
It's
and social,
digital.
and within that, probably performance would be 60, salience would be 40.
Okay. Also, this year we had seen some campaigns around, the Wendy's campaign on LinkedIn, the roasting one, and the Onam campaign. So, in this, what we could see that you involve your customers in your journey. So, what has been your approach towards? What was the insight behind these kind of campaigns?
Right. So maybe since you have mentioned these two, I'll talk about them
Yes,
in a
yes.
very brief manner. Wendy's campaign, which is currently going on, is part of the larger communication around Wendy's fifth birthday.
Yes.
So it is fifth year of Wendy's in India with us since the time we took master franchisee. So we're celebrating that in big manner, and as part of that campaign, we are doing multiple things. Like we have done a rave, which is a kind of a party. We turn our stores into rave party where a Wendy's costume girl will come and be the DJ, and
Okay.
you'll have a specific menu, and people will come and enjoy like they do in a pub. We are also doing same in a bus, like a Wendy's branded bus is going around the city in a couple of cities, and then people can book tickets on Book My Show and party in the bus with Wendy's. Another leg was roast, where we are partnering with some creators on roasting shows where it's like a normal roasting show where a creator would kind of roast people, and we have done the same online as well, where
Yeah.
Wendy's on LinkedIn and other social media channels is kind of inviting people to come up and be available for roasting, and then there is a healthy banter which is very exciting and entertaining, and customers really feel part of it. So some of it kind of has come from global. Wendy's globally is a brand which is known for SaaS, known for Quirk, known for roasting. So I think we have derived that ethos from Wendy's, and what put it in view of what works in India, because we have a different culture here, and how Wendy's as a brand is differentiated in India is through flavorful patties, soft buns, and we have product differentiation. So we know cultural nuances, we know product nuances, we know what Wendy's stand for. We're trying to build it all together to create very different experiences for our customer, where they feel a part of the brand rather than it's being any marketing or advertisement campaign or communication. That's how we run Wendy's. On Lunchbox, which is a leader in meals category. It is a brand which offers festive cuisines, be it fasting menu in Navaratri, Shravan, Janmashtami, be it Onam offerings, be it Ganpati, where we offer modaks. In Pongal we offer relevant offerings. So we are a brand which is relevant, which fills supply gap of festive offerings of all kinds throughout the year. So Onam is one particular festival where if you see pan India, and you can search on Swiggy, Zomato, if you want to look for Onam Sadhya meal, you would hardly find restaurants. In some cities you will find on some pin codes, but in most cities and most pin codes you will not have anything. But with Lunchbox, in this year at least in 4 big cities, we are there, say across 150 to 200 pin codes, offering a mini Onam Sadhya meal, and that campaign again was more derived in the culture, because this is the second or third time we are doing this, but this time we took a cultural route where, Onam is not just for Malayalis, right? For people who generally celebrate it, right? Because those people would generally make sadhya at home or have their friends' places. It is more for people who are non-Malayalis, but they want to experience the Malayali, the Kerala culture. So we kind of build it in a way that so there are two parts to it. One is the offer part and one is the experience part. On experience, again, the whole box, the packaging, the feel, there's a banana leaf. If you open the packaging, it's like banana leaf, and the whole look and feel is very Onami, I would say. And the menu itself is very curated for people who would want to taste what a sadhya would look like, not being very extravagant also. That's on the experience part. At the same time, if we are also giving chance for certain consumers to travel to Kerala, partnering with our partner Ease My Trip. So a few lucky winners will get a chance to travel to Kerala. So that's how they can imbibe the culture as well. And all the communications around Onam is product centric and also cultural centric, wherein the typical Onam character would kind of come in, deliver the order, and also we are kind of leveraging AI there to create some small films. We are also working with AI, using AI to create the Mahabali avatar of various people themselves, turning into Mahabali with the Onam Sadhya. So people can kind of play around with that. So it kind of gives a broader experiences to consumer rather than just a food product which is being pushed.
So, but then one thing that happens while working on campaigns that is linked with festivities and everything, it may end up being a seasonal push. So, how do you ensure that it actually works out and doesn't just being shown as something that is done, for it has to be?
So there are both types. So there are certain campaigns which are seasonal, specifically those centered around either an occasion or an event like cricket or football or a festival like an Onam or a Diwali or a Ganpati. Those are very time-bound seasonal launches or campaigns we do, which have a limited shelf life. But there are more broad-ranged communication and campaigns we do, which are either centered around a brand's particular offering, or they are centered around brand's core, which is what does the brand stand for. Or I would say third, a brand event. Like for example, we create certain events like a brand's birthday, or this year a brand's kind of anniversary, or kind of occasion which the brand is creating. So those kind of are long lasting. To give you an example, Wendy's with birthdays anyways going on, we keep doing in our Fasos, which is our wraps brand, Shawarma Fest, which is a limited time fest to celebrate shawarma, but that keeps happening regularly. We do certain category first distinguished launches like a burger wrap or a pizza wrap. There we kind of try to create awareness about those products, and we do sustained campaigns on those products for a particular duration. For Bherus, we launched a set of biryanis which are more flavorful. They have a legacy in their ingredients and preparation, and we are kind of doing a salience rigor on them right now, and that will continue for a certain time, right? Those will not end in 15 days or a month. So we keep doing such sustained salience burst as well, apart from seasonal launches, which will help our brand's awareness, as well as customers will get something new from the brand.
And what kind of ROI and results have you seen from this cultural or festive campaigns that you have done?
Like the ROIs are good. So when I talk about ROIs, again, there are hard performance ROIs which have kind of jumped 30-40% year on year, and that is enabled by being sharper on the proposition or the campaign objective, and therefore campaign communication. And also it is enabled by AI and tech, where we become sharper on the cohort which we target on which channel. We tweak our creatives according to what customers like. So there's a micro optimization which has helped us get the ROI, apart from being sharper on the communication. On salient side as well, the metrics are different. It's cost per reach, click-through rates, and so on and so forth of your different creatives. Those have also improved with the same advancement in AI, being sharper on targeting, personalization. Yeah, so.
So as you have right now talked about AI personalization and all, so how would you say that is working out for you? And also, while working with something like personalization, how do you ensure that it doesn't end up being intrusive?
Great, that's a great question. So on the first part on how do we know it's working, again from the previous question when we talked about ROIs and various metrics on spends, those have improved. And when we look at personalization, we look at it in two parts. One is within app, where whatever app, our own app, third party app, and second is out of app, which is Google, Facebook, Meta,
Yeah.
WhatsApp, etc. So within app, especially on our own app, where we have a larger control on experience, the entire menu, which is what brands you see, what offers within the brands you see, what discount constructs are there, promotion constructs are there, what customization upsell, you buy this, you can buy this at this price. Everything is driven by an AI-led algorithm for each
Okay.
consumer.
Okay.
So it's like Netflix. So our Each Your app, which is our own app, has a different face for everyone, like a Netflix, and therefore the experiences are differentiated. How this helps is it will help move certain metrics like menu to cart ordering, which we call funnels. So which will
Okay.
ultimately show up in revenue. So those metrics have improved. On digital side, on out of app side, the click-through rates and cost per reach, they have reduced by 30-40% over last couple of years, and we are able to also garner higher reach because of that with the same budgets. So over time, we have become smarter on our efficiency, and therefore we are
Okay.
able to reach 2x, 3x more customers with the same budget because of these optimizations and personalizations. So yeah, I think, but there is a journey to be had. The advancement in this will further happen. We are still exploring some parts of our creative process in terms of creative development, which is graphics, videos. We have started to make it through AI, and we are trying to become better at it so that the creatives don't appear forced, artificial. They seem genuine. They seem relatable. They seem something which consumers would like to interact with. So that's the journey we'll have in coming few months.
Also, this year, around February, you have launched Quickies.
Yes.
And there had been with the message that 15 minutes are free. So what had been your marketing strategies with it, and give us an idea about its success, the return customers, the repeated customers, and how is it going basically?
Got it. So Quickies was launched in Feb, yes, and it had kind of good traction first 2-3 months, and there were great learnings from it. So there was one learning. The first learning was that customers don't only want snacks or quick munchy food in less time. People would want everything available like a meals, snacks, or pizza at kind of click of a button or a few minutes. So most of our sales were not from snacks. While there was a huge variety of snacks and quick finger food offering, but majority of the sales were from main core meals menu, pizza, biryani meals, which generally you don't get in fast time. So therefore, the fundamental consumer behavior to get anything is changing. That was first realization. Second, if you kind of offer such quick service, the metrics are also great in terms of our repeat rates of consumers ordering repeatedly again from the same app kind of increased by 70-80%, and frequency of ordering within a month increased by 30-40%. So people would have food more often and more number of times if you kind of give them food hot, fresh, and fast. So definitely there's a fundamental change in consumer behavior which you are trying to tap, and there was an early success. As a next step, what we are kind of figuring out a recipe of how do we give great CX to consumers in terms of large variety, hot, fresh food, and also kind of make the unit economics work for us, because it's the kind of matching both is not easy, and we're trying to kind of deliberate on it. At the same time, outside of cookies as well, for our Eat Your app in general, for our kitchen operations, we are trying to revamp processes and product SOPs and so on and so forth to enable fast food preparation, so that delivery time to a customer from the time of ordering generally reduces, because that broader sentiment should be tapped and should be catered to irrespective of one particular app. That's how kind of we are also looking at it.
So have you like thought of anything, some kind of campaigns or anything around cookies right
So
now?
we did a launch campaign on cookies, which was kind of foodgasm or 15 minutes free. So foodgasm in 15 minutes of free, wherein we'll offer tasty food and with the visuals of the food with kind of sound and visuals was appetizing. And if you don't get it in 15 minutes, you'll get it free. So they were mass media done, YouTube. We did some OH there, influencers, and so on and so forth. That was the launch. But as we said, right now we're in the process of kind of deliberating on how do we take it forward, and also how do we institutionalize fast food preparation and delivery in general. So we are kind of not doing any specific communication on it.
Okay. And as you right now spoke about influencers and creators, so can you just give us an idea if you have anything planned up or lined up with any influencer for some campaigns? I'm talking overall for Rebel Foods.
Yeah, I think we keep doing, so on influencers, I think our approach has shifted, and that's been a learning. So from big celebrities to big major influencers to more mini influencers who our TG will relate to, who will produce content which is relatable, which is genuine, which is more organically integrated without the brand being pushed or it looking like a branded content. So we are kind of looking at those set of small influencers or medium influencers, and kind of trying to create a community around it, because influencers do have a tribe around of them who follow them for what content they produce. So if brand becomes a part of the content, consumer needs to accept it, and therefore the influencer needs to be able to create content so that the followership accepts it. So we are kind of becoming very micro and choosy about what kind of influencers we need. Since social is becoming a big part of our strategy over the last couple of years, and it will be important on every brand for any particular marketing campaign or communication, we are more or less, talking to some set of influencers for any, communication. To give you example, for Behrooz, which is the campaign going around long lost recipe menu. Asos burger app, pizza apps, Wendy's 5th birthday, Onam, all these multiple events we are kind of doing. Every campaign has a influencer leg, and therefore kind of we are talking to some influencer or the other all the time.
And like as you said, micro influencers. So is there any plan to expand in tier 2 and tier 3 cities more?
Yes. So as Rebel, we are expanding our cloud kitchen footprint as well as Wendy's dine-in store footprint. On cloud kitchen footprint, we are getting into multiple tier 2, tier 3 towns which are high potential. And when we launch these kind of towns, these cities, we need to create an awareness about our brands. Some of our brands are known because of the migration. These cities are part of a larger state where our brands are present, so people do know it from TV and digital we have done in past. But in some cities, the awareness is low, and especially low for brands where we have not done much communication, the smaller brands. So we get into these cities, we do flyering, we do multiple print, local print, which is relevant to people, and also regional influencers. So if you are opening east or south, we'll have a vernacular influencer and vernacular print as well. So increasingly we see that this is kind of becoming a part of our approach as we get into tier 2, tier 3 towns.
Okay. So looking ahead in the next 12 months, what percentage in growth are you looking at for marketing efficiency, like CAC reduction or ROS increment? So, and what are the different campaign levers which you think will contribute to this?
We are targeting anywhere between 20 to 30% improvement in CAC and ROAS. The levers kind of are similar to what we are following this year, which is personalized targeting, community content-led campaigns where genuineness, relatability is higher, being more targeted to reach the right audience with the right channels, and lastly, the campaign communication and is driven by a specific objective, and the campaign is kind of derived after deep consumer research, rather than a creator's will to produce a campaign versus what is the need of the brand, what should be the objective, and will it sync with the customer. So closing the entire loop. So if we kind of do all of these together, which we have been kind of doing
Yeah.
over time, and we are kind of improving on it, we should be able to deliver those efficiencies as we speak.
Okay. One last question. So, as we have now know that the GST has, like the government has put 18% GST on deliveries and all. So it's like it's too soon to ask this, but are you thinking of any different communication strategies to leverage this section?
So right now, to be very frank, no, because the communication just came a couple of days back,
Yeah.
and we are also kind of going to see how customer demand changes, because in general the rates have changed across categories, and definitely there'll be a relief to consumers in general overall on their wallet sizes. Therefore, there should be an improved consumer spending in general. But how does the dynamics play on delivery only? And will this will be more like a consumption led phenomena. Won't really impact communication as per me right now. But again, we'll see how it pans out.
Okay. Yeah. It has been a great conversation, and thank you for joining me.
Thanks for having me. It was a great chat.